my name's Amy Van Cleve. I'm the Bernina educator, and I'm going to be showing you how to secure a pediatric endotracheal tube with the Endo Secure. So this is what your finished product should look like. Your tube is secured to the Endo Secure, and this would obviously go in their mouth. Okay. So how do we get there? Show you. Okie doke. So we have our endotracheal tube. We're in the mouth like that. It's probably taped at this point. What you're going to do is obviously you're going to have your head of the bed flat. You're going to be standing at the head of the bed, and someone's going to be holding your tube secure for you. Okay. At this point, you need to have your Endo Secure, which comes in a bag that looks like this. You don't need these ties that come in with the bag. You don't need these. The only thing you do need is the actual Endo Secure itself and the tape that comes in the bag. Okay? So, back to our patient. So we have someone's holding our tube for us. We're at the head of the bed. You're going to take the Endo Secure, and this part, it has like a foam backing in it. This is the part that's going to go in the mouth, okay? This trough part is what the tube is going to be sitting in, like so, to keep it straight, so that if it gets bent and kinked off, they could like lose all their tidal volume. So the padded part goes in the mouth, like that, okay? So, and this is usually one of the trickier parts. Hopefully the patient's very sedated. If they're not, then you need to stop and get the patient very sedated. Sometimes we have to have them paralyzed in order to do this properly. So what you have to do, and you have to kind of finagle it between, do you mind actually holding this? I'm going to kind of demonstrate how we, so. I'm going to be the patient and the person doing the
Step back a little bit. Y'all are just way too close to Mike.
Okay, so
can't get you both in.
He's holding the tube for me. I'm going to be coming up under, and I want to make sure that my balloon is out and secure so that I know where it is. And you're going to fit it into the trough. Okay, now, very important, you need to have a marker on your trough where your tube is lying, okay? Because normally in an adult, we're able to say 22 at the teeth. It's very hard to see where your numbers are on this trough. So typically what we'll say is, if we were, before we started, let's say we were 14 at the teeth. When we put it in the trough, now it becomes, we can't see 14 at the teeth anymore. The trough is covering that. So now the only number that we can really identify is 19 at the end of the trough. Okay, so that becomes your new marker. So you know if suddenly, oh, now we're 20 at the trough, okay, we've gone in too far. So the number at the end of the trough becomes your new identification marker. Okay, so we've got it in our trough. We have identified, okay, where our number is going to be. Now we're ready to do the hard part, okay? So you're going to take your piece of tape. You don't have to make it crazy long, just long enough to make a couple of times around the tube, and then enough to secure it. I'd probably say maybe about a hand's length of tape. You're going to want to get benzoin, that's the sticky stuff, and you're going to want to benzoin all over the tube and the trough to make it sticky. I'm going to take this one from you. Okay. Now what you're going to do is take your tape, and you're going to lift it up off of the trough, still keeping where your identifying marker is, and and you need to wrap the tape at least once around the trough, or I'm sorry, around the tube itself. Okay, so one time around the ET tube, and then now you're ready to wrap the rest very snugly around the tube and the trough. So we've secured the tape to the tube first, and now we're securing the tube to the trough. And if you have a bunch of tape, you can, once you feel like it's adequately secured, you can just tear off the rest. And now our tube isn't going anywhere. Now you need to make sure that your identifying marker is in still the same position after you're done securing the tube to the trough. This is the trickiest part, and this is why the kid has to be sedated, because you're in there kind of fiddling around with the tape, and if they're doing this, it's very easy for them to be extubated. It's happened to me before. Don't let it happen to you. Okay, so request adequate sedation. Okay, so now hard part's over. All you have to do is get some twill ties, and you're going to feed one end of the tie, doesn't matter which one, through the top notch of either side, and the other half through the bottom slot. Okay, so you should have on one end a top tie and a bottom tie. Okay, now how you're going to want to secure this is the top tie should go around above the ears and should go through the top slot on the other side. The bottom one should come around, should come below the ear, around the base of the neck, and then go through the bottom on the other side. And then you just make double knots, and you're done. And then you would order a chest x-ray to confirm placement, and you're good to go. Thank you.